All right, thanks for joining us, everybody. We're here from the KFVS Digital News Desk. We're here with Kate Shawkey with the National Weather Service in Paducah. Kate, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, thanks. How are you?
Doing fine. We're glad to be here and to dive in to a subject that's probably not on everyone's mind with these warm temperatures that we've had these recent days. But here in Missouri, anyway, we've got the week winter weather preparedness week, and so for that we've got our friends in our region over at the National Weather Service in Paducah. Kate, when people are thinking ahead to those winter hazards, winter weather concerns, what should they be aware of? What sorts of hazards are first to think about?
Well, for our region here, some of our primary hazards that really catch people off guard are going to be your freezing drizzle and your freezing rain. Those can have some pretty big impacts, and people are not likely to change their plans when there's freezing drizzle or freezing rain in the forecast, and that's where those impacts come from. We are also concerned with obviously things such as snow, heavy snow, extreme cold, but it's the first events of the season that really catch people off guard. And so now is your time to prepare and to start planning ahead for the winter weather that we know is inevitably coming.
Absolutely, and especially with those temperatures, the chance of it, swinging back to cold, and all of us needing to be prepared for that to be aware of and to make sure that they're ready to go. What kind of tips do you all have for winter travel then, as some of those conditions start to set in, or we may have to watch for those sorts of elements coming up in our daily commute?
Well, for starters, we definitely recommend that you check the forecast before going out. And if it does look bad, stay home if you don't absolutely have to go out. Now, I know that's not possible for everybody. Folks such as myself, who are essential workers, we do have to get to work. We do have to be able to provide you your forecast and such. So you do have to venture out sometimes. And when you do, it's good to make sure that you are prepared for whatever may happen. And that includes making sure your car is gassed up so that you have at least half a tank, maybe more, kind of at any given time. You want to make sure that you have an emergency kit in your car that consists of things like blankets, charger, flashlight, batteries, maybe some easy food snack items, things just to make sure that you're prepared in case you do get stuck. We also want you to make sure that you go slow and allow for time to get to your destination. And on that same note, tell somebody where you're going and when you are expected to be there, so that somebody can help make sure you get there safe.
Certainly. I know a big part of that picture of events like these, if something happens, especially ice starts happening and potentially threatens the power sources, the heat sources. It's always good to have a plan of attack as far as just getting safe, getting warm, and having enough power to go through things. And so I'm sure that's part of this, but can you tell us a little bit about the importance of having an emergency plan in place for your family, for your household, just so everybody's on the same page?
Sure, and you actually just took part of the words right out of my mouth. Is making sure that everybody is on the same page is going to be key, and making sure that you make that plan now and not when the event comes, to help things go much smoother during the event. It's going to help reduce anxious feelings of panic, if everybody knows what their plan is and what they're supposed to do going forward. Again, it's going to help keep everybody on the same page. It's going to help keep people safe, and it's going to help keep your family safe as well.
Absolutely. All right. Anything else to mention before we wrap up today? Anything else that folks should be aware of with winter weather preparedness?
We do our winter weather preparedness campaigns with the states every year. And we release a lot of social media graphics on a daily basis throughout the week. So make sure that you follow along with our social media, our Facebook and our X, or formerly Twitter, as well as on our website. You can go view any of those graphics. They've got plenty of good tips, lots of advice, ways to stay safe. Make sure that you're checking the forecast. Also, follow along with your local media, such as you all, or radio stations and such, to make sure that you know the latest of what's going on.
All right. Yeah, absolutely. Kate Shawkey with the National Weather Service. Thank you so much for your time today. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, to our audience as well, thank you all for tuning in. We're turning back over to Local News Live. Stick around. Heartland News now, coming up here in just about 20 minutes.